Whoa, ultra gear.
I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Are you tired? I'm very tired. Did everybody survive? Everybody survive? Tuesday? Wednesday? Today as well? Are people surviving? I found out what was wrong with my mic. And why I was so slow. Or so low. Well, slow. kind of slow too. Let me know if my mic stuff is good. Like music versus voice. It turned out that Windows was like, oh, your mic is at the perfect level. How about I turn it all the way down to 14 for no reason? And I was like, oh, you could have like told me that you were gonna do that. Like, you could have warned me at the least. So, yeah. So, thank you for you guys' help on Tuesday, fixing all the, making sure that you guys could actually like hear without blowing out ears. But my limiter, so my limiters worked. My limiters were working. It was just that my microphone was so low that the limiters were still too high. Like, it was still, like, I had to turn my, I guess my mic all the way up, and so that's why, or on Streamlabs to make that adjustment. But I think everything is good. I tried doing some test recordings on Tuesday after the stream. So, and I got Monster Hunter music playing in the background, so if it ends up getting like, if it ends up crescendoing too much, let me know. Because I'm watching it right now, and it looks like the music's at about half. I could probably turn it down just a little bit more. I want you guys to be able to jam out and stuff, but music's a good level. Okay. And it'll probably get... Don't turn it down! No! I think several of the technical issues we had during our last D&D session may have due to be updated the software that morning and not testing it. I mean, there's been so many times when I'm doing like work stuff through Microsoft Teams. I guess Teams is like a pretty big memory hog. Which, you know, it's a proprietary Windows software, so of course it is. But I always forget that I tend to, like, when I'm having my Microsoft Teams meetings, which tend to happen later in the night for the project that we're working on, I inadvertently forget that I am also rendering out streams, edited streams, at the same time. And so, you know, Vegas is like, you know, hey, can I have some of that? Can I have some of that processing? Can I have a little bit of that memory? You know, can I have a little bit of that? Can I have a little bit of that? Can I just have a piece of that processor back, please, instead of having you use it for managing four different webcams at once, please? Trying to retain it's fixed. Yay! That's so good. What was the issue? What happened? Hey, Zulot, I'm here. I got my coffee, man. I'm okay. I guess. We'll see. Turns out it was a piece of coax cable that Comcast hadn't replaced in 6 years. Wow! Great! It's a good thing that this is a free market. You know, you gotta look. Free market's all about, you know, providing the best service for the best price. You know what I mean? It's not like stream should be starting again next week. I'm excited. I'm super excited. Make sure you guys go follow Trogdor. That way you can keep up to date with his schedule. I know he was having some trouble, but I'm glad that you're back, baby. I'm back, baby. And the cable was in. Jesus, that's so messed up. They're like, yeah, I know. I don't. Yeah, for. Poor Zuloth and his internet connection. You know, the funny thing is, he's not even like a super rural area. Like, he's kind of just like out of town just a little bit, and I feel so bad. He's like, I'm like, hey, you want to play some PUBG? And he's like, yeah. Frick! There's an update. Gosh dang it! Luckily, I have fiber. I have not had issues with the internet itself, service-wise. Luckily, I consider myself very lucky. I'm not trying to tout. I just consider myself very lucky. Because here's the thing. Like, I feel like when you get past... And I was talking with my neighbor the other day. Like, past a certain, like, speed... Like, I feel like, yeah, okay, so there's a whole, like, I could go into, like, how, like, Europe has, like, an amazing infrastructure for internet service, even though, like, they make you pay obscene amounts of money for it, but it's still, like, decent. But, like, I feel like there's a level of speed where it's like, if I can get that speed and it's consistent and its failure rate is heckin' low, like, I'd be okay with that. Like, I don't need to have, like, the fastest internet. Like, it's nice to have the fast internet, but that's just kind of like frosting on the cake. If it's consistent and it doesn't constantly drop out, or if I don't have to, like, call every other month to make sure that, you know, I'm getting what I'm actually paying for. Like, I'm paying for the service. Give me the service consistently without it breaking. Like, that's what I'm paying you for. I feel like, like that's the, yeah, Zulak gets fiber in the next 3 months. He's so excited. He's so freaking excited. Yeah, Cinnamon, Zulak, your sympathy is well placed. You retracting his sympathy is also well placed because he gets to say that he has fiber now. But one of the few games that we've been able to play really well on together is PUBG, which is funny because I feel like PUBG is such a internet heavy game. I don't know how else to describe it really, but like, it was because it was so graphically non-intensive, we were able, I think, to divert enough of his energy to being able to, you know, maintain a connection. We never really did too many drops or anything, which was really funny for playing PUBG. We didn't really ever, while we were playing PUBG, we never really had super bad experiences. The issue with playing PUBG is when they started updating it every other week. Probably had a bad time to mention that you're already on fiber. I usually spot the enemies first because of the delay. Yeah, the funny thing is that even if I spot the enemies first, you still are able to shoot them better than me. We might as well sign up for tournaments. Man, I learning, like, figuring out what internet is in terms of speed, like when you start actually like paying it for yourself, because I feel like when you're like, you know, if you go to school and you're like, or even like if you're just like, well, I guess my experience is that like when it came to like megabits and megabytes and stuff, it was sure for you. Shu can be happy or sad, or mad, or glad, or anything. The versatility of the crab. Man, when I first learned that there was a difference between megabytes and megabits, trying to like why don't, like, I don't get it. Like, storage is shown in megabytes. Why is speed shown in bits? It doesn't make sense, and it's all a big conspiracy to make you think that you're getting more than what you're paying for. And you can quote me on that, Buster. What are some of your guys' favorite conspiracy theories? Like, fun ones, not like... Well, I guess the one that I was... one of my favorite ones is not really like a fun one, but... Whoa, 80 megabytes? Megabits? On a download for Steam. Heck yeah. Bits was all I could ever transfer. That, yeah, you know what, that, you're right about that. That makes a lot more sense. But they should be like, yeah, well, yeah, but like, then just convert it to bytes. Like, come on. Oh, anyway, my conspiracy theory. So there's a couple that are usually ones that I like. I'm like, yeah, I feel like this makes sense, right? The conspiracy theory about the one that I subscribe to the most is the conspiracy theory about cancer. And, like I said, I was like, yeah, what's your fun ones? And then I like go to the one about like the most depressing whatever. No, but my conspiracy theory is that they already have a cure for cancer, but medical companies make so much more money off of treating cancer than they could ever make curing cancer, because then there wouldn't be cancer no more. That's my conspiracy theory. Also, the one where software updates break your devices over time, because I had a OnePlus before switching to my Pixel. This Pixel I've only had for about a year. Well, maybe a year and a half. I can't remember when I got my new phone, my current phone. But I had a OnePlus, and I was really excited for my OnePlus. I liked all the features. It was a decent price for what I was getting. And after about 2 years, things just started breaking on it. Not like physically, like built-in apps and functionality started becoming significantly more unreliable. I wasn't able to connect to things well, like things like Bluetooth. Wi-Fi kept dropping on my phone. And that was after about 2 years. And OnePlus is a Chinese company, and like I was excited for it because it was supposed to be like cheaper. Like it had features of a mainline like Samsung phone, but for a couple $100 less. And it was a big phone too. Like it was a big size phone, and like I loved using it for like streaming and watching movies and stuff. But that was one where I was like, yeah, this is definitely very suspicious. Like, why is it doing this all of a sudden? Like, I take very good care of my phone. I take very good care of my phone. you know, I got a screen protector on it. I make sure that I get a case for it immediately. I always keep it in my pocket. I usually don't like walk around with it and like have potential. Like I've dropped it a few times, but I've never like, knock on wood, I've never actually like cracked my screen on any of my phones that I've ever had. Yeah, it just started breaking. What is it called? What is it called? There's an actual like name for it. Yeah, that one was proven in Apple's case. I've seen the news about that. Planned obsolescence. That is exactly, yeah, that's what it was called. Planned obsolescence. Well, because they want you to buy a new phone and get this, for OnePlus, it makes the most sense because OnePlus, like immediately after the OnePlus 5T or 5 series, and then they went on to the 6 and 7s and 8s, I think. They basically were just like, you know what, we're gonna just completely abandon that whole like top tier phone device for a decent price. And so they just like, they were like, what is Samsung doing? What's Apple doing? We'll do that. And now their phones are like $800. Like, come on. Like, I get that that's where you can get the money from, but like, I was happy. I was like, I was giving them, I was telling people all about my phone because I was like, I love this phone. And now, like, I got my Google Pixel and I don't care. Like, it works, it's fine, but like, everyone knows Google. But yeah, planned obsolescence is a real thing. We need to go back to what what we're I think Chogdor, you were saying that your friend was the one that worked on the submarine and they have like super old tech. We need some of that. Planned obsolescence is definitely a thing, but it is also true that today's devices are far more complex, have smaller margins for error, and have far more points of failure than old devices. I agree. I understand even like things like with Windows, like so recently I had to roll back my Windows because I had updated to the 2004. It's not like the year 2004, but the update itself, or like the release 2004. It broke, for me, that update broke all of my like saving internet cookies things, and so every time I got on the internet, I had to re-log into oh, hey Griffin! Hi, welcome to the Lunchtime Let's Draw! I haven't introduced myself yet, so you don't know who I am. It's 26 minutes into the stream, and I haven't even introduced. Hey everybody, welcome Griffin! Yay! We're talking about planned obsolescence, and software failures, and all this other crap, and also conspiracy theories. Planned obsolescence was the conspiracy theory that we landed on. Cacrix! Cacrix is here too, guys. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh! This is so exciting! You guys... you guys would at least get to see me draw things and not fail at... Monster Hunter. I can draw Monster. Did you see the stream title? I'm drawing Horny Boys. Everyone stay calm! One false move and Zuloth will ban you. One false move. You guys better be careful. Your dad believes the phone killing updates one too. Yeah, I mean, well, we were saying earlier that Apple was proven to have done that. So, and now Apple's like, how are you gonna charge your phone, loser? We're not packaging your phone charger with it, so too bad. Once your phone battery dies, you gotta buy a new one. That's their new business model. That's what I believe. Well, I mean, now that they're not providing you a charger for it, like now that's what they're going for. Like once your battery dies, once your Apple phone dies, you have to buy a new phone. Because they're like, no, sorry. Yeah, I mean, you're on the iPhone 6. Well, at least you're not on the iPhone 5, because apparently I saw some tech news that the iPhone 5 is now like vintage. Like Apple is considering it a vintage phone. So, horny boys are your favorite boys, Griffin? I couldn't tell. It's okay. Horny boys are my favorite boys too. Also, smooth boys too. Furry boys. You want to see here? We're gonna pull in some of our favorite horny boys. Horny boys, smooth boys, all the boys. Before I begin talking about all the sexy boys, let me finally introduce and welcome you officially to the Lunchtime Let's Draw stream. Today is Thursday. We are drawing some things from what we were playing on Tuesday. What we were playing on Tuesday, that was, well, we were playing Mr. President. I don't know if you guys for those of you that didn't know, Mr. President is where you play as a Secret Service bodyguard, and you have to protect the president. You have to protect Mr. Rump from being taken down. Please do not search for horny boys on stream. You can't tell me what to do. But yeah, that was on Tuesday, and then we switched over to some Monster Hunter World just for some more cathartic, like, bashing of, you know, when you're feeling anxious and stressed, as I'm sure that we all were on Tuesday. You know, going into a world where you get to give a giant lizard a concussion, cut off its tail, and call it research. It's pretty cathartic. If I don't say so myself. But anyway, my name is Paul. I'm an artist from Houston, Texas. I'm an artist, but I'm also a gamer. And now we're on to finding some boys. All right, so what the heck is this music? Oh, this is Grandma. This is Grandma cooking for you. All right. Ba, ba, ba. Bump, 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 bump. Well, now I don't even want to draw anymore. I just want to play Monster Hunter World. All right, so he's gonna search for horny boys. Horny lizard, more like it. Here's some horny boys. What are those horny boys? See? Horny boys. See? Do you know what's cool about the horned lizard? What is this? Oh, he's being tagged. Horned lizard, I love, when I was a little baby, and by baby I mean like elementary school. Look at this little guy. He's so cute. I didn't know there was a distinction between male and female horned lizards. Look how flat he is. Flat boy. So when I was a kid, I loved horned lizards because I thought it was so cool that they had that. Like they have a super power. Their superpower is that they're bloodbenders. Horned lizards are bloodbenders. They shoot blood out of their eye when they're frightened. Look at a little baby. Yeah, see, look. If they're threatened, they will shoot blood like out of their eye socket to be like, get away, leave me alone. did not have a bearded dragon, but we did have an iguana once. His name was Leopold. He did not have any sort of mechanisms like that, except when he would just pretty much destroy your arm. When he was trying to crawl on you. I mean, he never, I don't know if you'd be able to pick it up. The only time that he ever got me was when, I don't know if that's going to pick up. I have a scar right there when he bit me, but it was my fault. It was my fault because he was like, I want to come out, and I was like, no, stay in. And so I pushed his head in, and then he was like, I didn't like that. And then he got me. But yeah, that was a green iguana. Green iguana. Elections are making you poop your pants too much. I mean, I've been poop. I poop my pants all the time. that's that's been established many times in my life. But yeah, we were doing some cathartic. I was asking people to stream if they were still alive. For today, after not be pretty much existing as decaying skeletons. So did our home state. I was very angry. Like furious. I texted my mom and I was like, you failed. You were supposed to be the revolution. Yeah, your adopted state. Well, yeah. We'll see. We'll see about that. But yeah, what was I gonna do? Some of my favorite boys. Odegaron. Go Odegaron. Here's favorite boy number 1. That is a very small image. Well, we'll go with this one. Wait, is this a bigger image? Why are these so small? There we go. Look at this bad boy. Look at this horny boy. Look at it. He's spiky, horny. He got some horns on his feet. I mean, they're claws, but horned toad stream. This guy's awesome. I love Odegaron. He's super cool. Ebony is cool too. He's the dragon variant. What's some of my other favorite boys? Let's not look at this. This is one. Stop. Stop doing this. Ooh woo indeed. Look at this cute boy. Look at this cutie boy right here. He's so good. I love him. I love him so much. I love him. He's Big Fluffman. Big Fluffman. What was it? Pookie Pookie? Heck yeah. Pookie Pookie reminds me of, he's just a better version of the Kurapeko. Stop. Good on these artists though. Bang Boo Doragon. Like, I'll call them out. It's good art, man. But stop. He'll lick ya. He'll lick you good. Seriously, DeviantArt filter. I think it's funny that I'm like, apparently there's not enough art of these to really like. Yeah, I was looking for some like really bad ones, but Cat Crix, who's also known as Calcrix, has done some very amazing Monster Hunter art as well, and she's done some Pookie Pookie art. I know that. She's got who else has she got under her belt? I think you've done a few. If yours was on the Google search, here we go. We're gonna find it, baby. Cal Crix, Puke. Yeah, the Anjanath. See this? See this right here? See this? That's Cal Crix, everybody. Artist in the freaking chat. Artist in the chat. All of this stuff is Cal Crix's, actually. Artist in the chat. Your wall of shame. Your wall of awesomeness, more like it. It's so good. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's your little cute Puke with the big with all the feathers. Wall of pride, indeed. Yeah, heck, look. So we here. This is exciting today because we currently have, including me, there are 3 on stream today. There are 3 artists right now from the Goblin Collective in chat right now, and well, 2 in chat, 1 on stream. That's me. You know, we got Griffin right here, Goblin number 1. We got Goblin number 2, Cal Crix, and then here's my stupid stuff. But heck yeah, here's some more Cal Crix. Where's Griffin? There's some more Griffin stuff over here. Here's some Cal Crix stuff right here. Look at. Oh no, you need to hide. No, you don't. This is. If you guys want to follow, look at this. Look at this. Cal Crix. Well, well, your name's public. Whatever. Whatever. Take that. Oh, now your social security number is on the stream. Sorry. But yeah, go on over to Goblin Collective. We got some artists. We got some goblins in chat, everybody. Tori's already talks to with the D&D Discord. Oh no! Oh no! But these are our goblin personas, everybody. This is look at how great this is. And this is a whole series. There's a whole series of these the Pokemon moths that she's done. It's so good. And Griffin's done a whole series of these are Ruby, right? Red, white, blue, yellow, if I remember correctly. She's done a whole series of these things. Oh no! I have yet to watch any of the red, white, blue, yellow stuff. I mean, I know from you guys that it's good. So, I'm so proud of those two. I'm so proud of those two. They do such good work. They do such good work. And speaking of good work, let's do some bad work instead. We're gonna jump into Trogdor was like, "Hey, is this a Rathalos start?" And I am pleased to say, no. This is this right here. This horny boy right here, is good old Glav, good old Glavinus. This bad boy right here. Let me zoom out. Good old Glavinus. We were fighting him on. You started drawing sword lesbians now. Yeah, she does a lot of D&D, character work, and it's so good. It's so good. Not the same since Monty died. Monty was awesome, dude. He was so good. When he was doing that stuff for Red versus Blue, like that one episode where they're fighting Tex, like so good. That show, that scene was so good, and that was still when he was like still doing, like he was hired on for Rooster Teeth, but I think that was when he was still doing more freelance stuff. And I think he started getting more into more professional settings, and when he started working on Red, White, Blue, Yellow, like he was doing it more consistently and stuff. But Hey, I like this guy. He's cool. I can dodge his attacks pretty well. But I need to have him up for reference, so. I need to keep him up for reference. Acidic Glavenus too. Acidic Glavenus is super cool. But like I said, I already got a sketch going. This is how I usually do it. So let's go ahead and jump. We'll jump right into it. We'll jump right into it. Do I got that turned down? Yeah. And so I'm thinking that maybe he's fairly symmetrical on his face. So I think that we'd be able to just kind of do like a flipperoo. And we'll go into like do shading and stuff. I typically finish the line art, get a lot of detailed line art done on stream, and then I'll go back and finish it for later. But yeah, I think his face is fairly symmetrical. There's not a lot of like. I'll add a little bit of asymmetry, like some chips and like scars and stuff here and there. But let's go ahead and start. Where should we start? Let's go ahead and start like right on the nose. And this will be a little bit different because I'm so on most of the streams I usually do like really silly stuff, cartoony stuff. So I'll try to get like a little bit more of like a realistic, like comic book feel to it. Going down, but we'll see. You guys having anything for lunch? I had chips and salsa, so I'm pretty happy. Leftovers. Yesterday I had leftovers. I had leftovers from Ethiopian food. If y'all ain't never had any Ethiopian food, ooh boy, you guys are missing out. You guys are missing the heck out. Ethiopian food's so good. There's a place in apparently they moved recently. There's a place called Blue Nile in Houston. It's really, really good. I should have probably restarted my PC. I may have to restart Photoshop to get this working properly again, but no, his things come down more. They're more pointy. They're not as rounded. Ooh, that's a good long tooth right there. Good long tooth. Rip Photoshop. Man, Photoshop's been fairly reliable, and I'm actually as surprised. I'm surprised that it has been as reliable as it has been for me, because I know there's a lot of people who that needs to be longer. This needs to be longer. Who always have problems with Photoshop, and that's one of the reasons why, like, you know, you have competing software on, especially for like Procreate and stuff, because people are like, I just want to stop dealing with Photoshop. I've not had the issues that would force me to look for alternatives currently, knock on wood, but I can see why, and I wonder if it's because I have like a decent build in order to run it properly. But you did a trial for Photoshop on your iPad and you hate it. Procreate is really good. I've been looking at a few artists, aside from you, who use Procreate for a lot of their work, and it is a good good art software. Like, they've done such a good job to be able to like streamline certain things, in the versatility of what you can do on it. Is good, or even better than the stuff that you can do in Photoshop, depending on what you're actually working on. But I think ultimately, when it comes down to like drawing software, it basically is just like, what are you working on, and you kind of have to go from there. Procreate supports Photoshop brushes? Dude, GIMP! I used GIMP all through college. I wasn't even doing art stuff. I was just using it for fun. I actually made I made a full fantasy map on GIMP, for my independent study, for senior year, which which technical difficulties would be like. She would immediately be in here complaining about how I should have given myself a higher grade, because you know when you're doing independent studies, you typically give yourself a grade for school. She was like, you should have given yourself a higher grade. I'm like, but I didn't do as much as I could have. I was being honest. I was being honest with my work. Anktat remembers. Anktat remembers when I was doing that thing. I was doing it when I was working at the library. I was working on that map. Your experience with GIMP is a pretty decent one, even if it's a bit obtuse. But it's par for the course for most of us source off. Yeah, and there were certain things. What was I? There was something that I was trying to do. It's actually kind of funny because I think between, like, this is just a very specific comparison, but in Photoshop, the default level of like of fuzzy, like if you use like fuzzy select or quick select or magic wand or whatever the heck it's called, you would on Photoshop there's you have to like play with a lot of the thresholds as far as like selection and stuff, and there may end up being a lot of like white space left behind. I've noticed that GIMP does a way better job of doing fuzzy selects, which is funny to me, and I think that I think there's probably some settings and stuff that I probably am not using properly in Photoshop, because that's ultimately the power of Photoshop, is like you have to get pretty deep in those like very specific settings in order for it to do what you want it to do. But like whenever I would just be like, I just need to cut this out, just let me cut it out without this like massive amount of white space around it, and GIMP was the one that always did it better for some reason. Remember I had to draw like 3 million tiny trees? GIMP would crash. GIMP would crash a lot depending on file sizes on my old crappy Gateway laptop. Don't get me started on my Gateway laptop. I've been through this on stream before. I love Gateway. One of my streams was sponsored by Gateway, unofficially, but you know. Okay, then he's got like a... He actually looks quite like a lion in a way. And he does have the same sort of facial structure as the Rathalos, especially where the eye placement is. Starbucks in no way supports or condones GooberMaximize. I'm not drinking Starbucks currently. I put in, I'm like probably going to be super hyper in just a little bit, because I was trying to use the rest of the current coffee that we had for our French press. It's thicker grain coffee, so I can't get as much caffeine, obviously, or even like super taste. Like, it's not the best coffee that I've had from our coffee service thing that we get mailed to us. It was okay, but I was trying to get rid of it, and so instead I usually put 10 scoops of beans, of ground beans, ground. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not actually putting the beans in it. I'm putting in the grounds for the French press. but I usually put 10 in, no matter what. And I was just like, I was counting, and like the jar was getting like emptier and emptier. I'm counting. I'm like at 12, 13. I just pour the rest in. So I don't know if you can see it super well, but my coffee is super duper dark. It's super duper dark. You can see all the you can see the grounds at the bottom just like blah. You mentioned Gateway sponsorship, so I had to make the disclaimer. I would love, dude. Gateway, I wish Gateway was still around. Are they still around? I can't remember if we looked that up. Hey, this is Glavinus music, everybody. Isn't that awesome? Whoop whoop whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. He kind of has a little bit of a break here on that one, but that kind of comes all the way down here. My sketch originally had it. That's spiky. Okay, then it starts coming in. You guys like my singing? You can get a lightweight laptop for $12. I might get a gateway laptop. If I can get one that, like, if they've decided to come out of the 19th century and get one that folds, that might be fun. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at that handsome chin. What a strong chin. What a strong boy chin. He's a strong boy. He's a horny boy. What more do you want? What more could you ask for, really? Have you guys started watching The Mandalorian? I haven't. Please don't talk about it, please. Why did I bring it up? Don't talk about The Mandalorian in my stream, ever. Except when I finish watching it, and then I can spoil it for you. You haven't started Mando Season 2. I went back and rewatched one of my favorite, oh, what? You guys, you didn't tell me. I didn't know I had this up. Whoops! I've been sitting here for 10 minutes drawing, and you guys didn't tell me. Or did you tell me? Oh yeah! God! Alright! Zuloth, you know what you gotta do. Cause Catcrix was sitting here the whole time. Anyway, yeah. Gosh, you guys. Not telling. Anyway, here's a drawing that I've been spending on for the past 5-10 minutes. You're gonna make a joke about Ahsoka dying? How dare you? Don't. Don't. Don't! Speaking of Ahsoka, I keep getting distracted. I'm gonna bring back up Chrome. Let's see. Ebony... No, okay. Yes, exactly! That's what I was going to talk about! Lena Hidalgo, who is a county judge for Harris County, went as Ahsoka for Halloween. I'm your reference of. Oh, I refer. Look at this costume! Isn't this awesome? What an awesome costume! It looks so good. It's such a good costume, and of course, it's Ahsoka. I love the costume. It's so good. But she was out there passing out candies. She even got like a look at her mask. She even got like a she even like I don't know if she made it or whatever, but she got like that's the Ahsoka helmet mask or design that they that's the helmet design that the clones wear under her command. Does the animation in Clone Wars get more palatable as the seasons go? Yes, the story does too, and the dialogue. Yes, and I know. I think you're one of those people that love the Clone Wars like 2D version. But yeah, my feeling about it is that as soon as you hit season 3, things start picking up pretty good as far as the quality, as far as the let's play dough hair. Well, now don't reference Hildago. I need to be able to draw Glavinus some more. Well, now I'm covering up chat. Everything's just going wrong. I think it's the same thing with Rebels too. Rebels, I feel like starts out pretty slow as far as the animation and stuff goes. Like everything's a little stiff, and as things are going on, or as the season and the episodes go on, you kind of see where I feel like they're getting more comfortable with, or they got more comfortable, because I don't know if Rebels is still continuing. I know that they started that other series with Thrawn in it, but it seemed like the quality went up. Whether or not they were getting more comfortable with like the characters themselves and stuff like that, and the writing is getting more, I guess, creative. So it's cool to see a show grow. Yeah, that Star Wars is awesome. All right, where to next? Let's work on the teeth, baby. Oh, Brachydios! Brachydios is another one of my super favorite boys. He's a punchy boy. Alright, and so this starts going up into his face a little bit. One thing that's super cool about all of these monster designs is that they're so detailed. And I think one of the crazy things too is that there are so many of these monsters, and they're all unique. Like, I know that there's like variants, but like the main designs of the monsters, like they're literally taking T-Rexes, and like they're like add a horn here, add a horn there, and they somehow make it so well diverse, I guess. Even if you just look at it, it's like, oh, it's just a horny T-Rex. You know what I mean? But like if you go and try to draw something, like I would never have been able to draw Glavinus from memory. Because I would have been like, oh, he has a crazy tail. And maybe his bigger spikes. That's all that I can really remember about it until you start looking at the details of the specific monster. So he is horny, man. He's such a horny boy. He's a horny boy. He's a spiky boy. He's a sword boy. Yeah, so that kind of went up into his face. That other scale kind of... Like, are these even scales? Can I even call these scales? Honestly, I think that this kind of comes up, forms down here, and then this goes up here. Because this kind of builds like a ridge on it. Yeah, that kind of builds up there, kind of builds off of itself, has a little bit of detail there. Sweet. Well, that might come up a little bit further here. Looking good so far. We got the basic shape down. And there's a secondary horn up here. More horns! That's the way to go. Just slap a horn on it. And then you've got a monster hunter. Monster. No, that kind of like comes down. Yeah, there we go. A little bit better perspective on that horn right there. And then over here is the back of his head, which is just a bunch of ridges. Looking good. Looking good. Basic shape down. Rebels contains one of your favorite Star Wars moments in all of Star Wars. In all of Star Wars. That's a pretty bold statement, considering that the best moment in Star Wars that can never really be beat is when Obi-Wan, or when Qui-Gon Jinn says, "There's always a bigger fish." There's always a bigger fish. If you don't recognize that as the best moment in all of Star Wars, that if what you're saying in Rebels can top "There's always a bigger fish," I will trust any judgment you have for the rest of my life. Because, like, when you think of Star Wars, what do you think of? You don't think of the Imperial March. You don't think of Darth Vader. Who the heck is Darth Vader? There's always a bigger fish. Always. There's always a bigger fish. So he actually has, like, scales around his eyes. And his eyes are actually smaller than... Right? Oh, well, actually, he kind of has it. He actually has, like, a little bit of an eyelid, too. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Ah, back, baby. I started reading Halo Flood. Because I got a good deal on it on my Google Books. I'm excited to read it. I didn't realize that I didn't realize it started off right at Halo Combat Evolved story. Or is it Halo Combat Evolved story? That just makes it look like he has a booger. Darth, I think you said you read some of the Halo books. Is Flood, if you're still here, is Flood just Combat Evolved's story? Clavinus has a big old booger. See, now we're kind of getting into more of the detail-oriented portions of the story. Oh, and then he's got, like, I gotta do his gums here. And that booger's Hey! Hey! It may have been called for, but that was uncalled for. I don't really know too much how his teeth is going. I have my reference here for... So I had a reference for aesthetic Glavinus, whose face shape is nearly identical to regular Glavinus. I guess his teeth are just... He doesn't seem to have giant canines or anything. He just kind of has regular... Deep Rock or Dark Souls 3 when? I need to double check with Ben because I would love to also have him. We could have a three-man Dark Souls 3 extravaganza. Also, yes, I want to play Deep Rock so bad. I want to get back into it. I want to get my character leveled up, man. I got some deep rocks to explore. I've mostly just been playing. Blasphemous on my own for a little bit to kill time. You know, get some of that anxiety down. Deep Rock, yeah, on PC. Yep. Do you have it, Darth? Is Deep Rock out on other platforms? You bet your ass. Oh man, we gotta get Darth in. Is there a chance that they would ever... Oh, it got released on Xbox? That's cool. That's actually really exciting. I'm always excited when indie developers are able to branch out and actually get like a traction on oh, but his teeth are smaller. His teeth are smaller over here. I think I can get away with them being bigger over there, but they're smaller and close together as they get towards the center. Yeah, something like that. At least from what I can see. I think the crazy thing about trying to find like Monster Hunter references is that the monsters are always so big and there's so many little details to it that sometimes you can't actually find an image large enough to really pick up on those details. Cool, what's on Xbox One? Yeah, I'm always excited when developers are able to get that. Get their games on the platforms, because when as Crazy Beard kind of is able to develop some more, one of the places that we are looking towards is definitely the push from Nintendo for all of their indie titles and stuff, because I feel like even like, yeah, I guess Xbox and stuff really earlier for like Xbox One and 360 and stuff, like they really supported a lot of the indie stuff, but it ended up getting saturated. It seems like at the moment a lot of the Nintendo indie stuff is not as saturated. So that's something that we were looking into for game development as well, as far as like where could we attach ourselves, because God knows Steam is saturated as all hell with indie titles and even things that I wouldn't consider indie titles. things like hentai Slenderman. That's not like, dude, is that even like a game? You know what I mean? Like, can you really even call that a game, dude? .8 on Google reviews. Hell yeah, it does, because Deep Rock is freaking awesome. Maybe you should just get it. What? Hentai Slenderman? You gonna get Hentai Slenderman? It got a good review from the... yeah, for the plot. Doesn't get bigger than a Switch right now. Yeah, that's actually really true. And I feel like I've gotten more indie titles recently from Switch than I have for PC. How's that chin looking? Yeah, chin's looking pretty good. That's a pretty sweet chin, you might say. Rawr. Shabam, shabam. Tooth 1, tooth 2, tooth 3, tooth 4, tooth 5, tooth 6, tooth 7, tooth 8. Well, this is Valkana music. Yo, Valkana can go... Valkana's fine. You know who I really hate fighting? Most annoying monster to fight in Monster Hunter World? I'll give you two guesses who it is. I'll give you no guesses as to who it is, because I'm going to say it right now. Kieran! Kieran can suck a ween! I hate fighting Kieran so much! It's so annoying. What an annoying boss fight. Kieran is awful. Kieran is the Thunder Horse, yes. So, what a... Like, I don't... Okay, here's my thing. I actually don't think Kieran is poorly designed as a boss fight. I mean, I like its moves enough to where I'm like, oh, it looks cool. But here's the thing, is that I think they made it so that its attacks are so frequent that it makes it just not fun. It just makes it not fun to play. Too frequent. Too annoying. It's like look. It's like the same thing with Barioth. I love Barioth. Barioth is one of my favorite monsters, just in the Monster Hunter series. His Monster Hunter counterpart fights is a little tough, just because, and a little annoying, just because he will, anytime he like steps over you, he knocks you back, or like it hits and does damage. Like, I understand, because he's like a giant, flying, saber-tooth tiger, but like, can you like? There are other monsters that don't do this, that are bigger. Like, why is this happening? There was another one that I was super annoyed about. I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't think it was from Monster Hunter World, actually. Oh. But Velkhana is pretty easy to get the hang of. And I feel like it also depends on the weaponry too. So like, obviously, like, dude, fighting Kieran with a bow. Like, I know that there's certain setups where I'm probably like making it as harder for me. You heard that through the mic. Good. Fighting Kieran with bow is hard. I main switch axe and bow. I used to main insect glaive. I might actually get back onto the insect glaive train a little bit, so that I can deal. I was able to deal with Kieran a little bit easier with insect glaive, so I don't know. Maybe that's something I should look back in. Maybe find an insect glaive I can upgrade. Now we're getting into the really nitty-gritty of these details here. What a beautiful man that is. Hey guys, want to see the magic of Photoshop? You guys want to see how good an artist, how fast I can draw the other side of this? Ready? You ready for how fast I can draw it? Ready? Done. Speed run, record time. Where's Phoenix? Log it. Bust it out. Hacker. Boo, hacker. Stinky hacker. I actually did a pretty good job on the spacing of the end of that other set of lines. I think right there is pretty good. You're proud of me in my aw, thank you. Hacker, I'm Anonymous, and welcome to Lunchtime Let's Draw. We are Anonymous, we are Legion. Yes, we are. We are Legion. Are you Legion? I'm Legion. Legion and Mass Effect are so cool. You better get them in your playthrough. Isn't Legion optional? You don't have to get them, do you? Can't remember. In 2? Yeah, he was. Yeah. Yeah, but you were not a good gamer if you didn't get Legion. He was so good. Legion was such a cool character. I 100% agree. I know you didn't get to play with her, but I also really liked in 3. I really liked Jack in 3. I like how she became a teacher for the Biotic school. That was really cool. That was a really cool touch for her. And it's kind of like, oh yay, she did it. She became good person. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just thought it was cute. I liked it. So right here, I'm just kind of adding some asymmetry to the teeth a little bit to kind of take away some of that duplication that I just did. Glorified cameos in 3, yeah. Especially since like you learn how to play with them, and then like they just like built them up as being such good characters, and they're like, nope, sorry, you don't get to play with them. I mean, it still can't be mad as maddening as it is for Liara not to be available in 2. Nice, nice. He's got little bits of scales and stuff here. Actually, his teeth actually go a little over in this portion, like on the bottom. I have no idea what music this is. You think they'll announce the remastered trilogy this weekend? Well, I know that they leaked it. I know that there was a little bit of a leak saying that, hey, this is probably a thing. If they release that as a remastered trilogy all in one, I would be ecstatic. Oh yeah, it is N7 Day. I always forgot that was kind of a thing because I always find it like a little lame, you know? It's like, oh, because they were like, what came first? What came first? Was Mario Day first or was N7 Day first? We need to know. We need to know. I actually want them to I think that they would do really well to remake Mass Effect 1. Like a full remake, like a Demon Souls remake for Dark Souls, or for Mass Effect 1. Could you imagine how much that would sell? BioWare, remember when you didn't hate us? No, I will always hate you. Except for Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, because that was some of the most fun video gaming I've had. Okay, and then he's got some more details here. Yeah. it's looking good now, baby. The gameplay wasn't the problem there for Andromeda. Yeah. Yeah, I remember you telling me we talk about a remaster. Talking about if we could, like, I feel like a remaster would be fine for Mass Effect, but I think honestly, I think more people would actually really more appreciate a remake of Mass Effect 1. Like even, like do. I actually think that even if they just released Mass Effect 1 as a remake, and then never touched Mass Effect 2 or 3, because Mass Effect 2 and 3, they look great. Like, they're fantastic looking games. They hold up really, really well. Mass Effect 1, and I know that we touched on this a little bit, Darth, in your stream, because he was streaming Mass Effect 1. Go check that out. He was streaming Mass Effect 1 last time. I think he's going to continue as well. If they do a remake for Mass Effect 1, like, because it still looks fine, you know, for what it was, but the look of it has aged just a little bit, you know what I mean? Tonight at midnight, yeah. Everybody, follow Darth! Shout out to Darth Collective! He's streaming Mass Effect 1. Yeah, but is it too big? I don't think it's too big. Because a lot of the side quests and stuff, a lot of the side quest assets are all reused, so. Yeah, like a Spyro the Dragon ground up remake. Exactly, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, EA probably wouldn't spend the time. Yeah, but we can get you to narrate it. We can get you to get you to do voiceovers for all the planetoids. See, this is where these little touches of asymmetry, I feel like, really draw out these monsters. The ones that especially have more symmetry to their faces. Like, if you're gonna get into the little details of it, or I think it really brings out more of that natural look that I feel like they always try to go for. And I know that this sort of, like, detail probably wouldn't show up in, like, an in-game model, but in the art, I feel like it really shows. I actually haven't seen... I haven't really, like, pursued it, per se, but I haven't really like looked at any of the Monster Hunter concept art. I don't think have they released any of like is there like a Monster Hunter art book? There has to be, right? Capcom's pretty good about doing those art books. I had a Bayonetta one for a while, but lost that one. That was a cool book to have. I have the Mass Effect one. Mass Effect 2, or Mass Effect Universe. It's all of it. 34. Really? Only $34? That's actually not bad. Depends on how much content it has in it, though. Better not be like, oh, here's a drawing of a palico. It's just a kitty cat. And then that's it. Speaking of concept art, have you guys seen Paperback? And it's 500. Jesus. I know what I'm asking technical difficulties for Christmas. You brought up, Cat Cricks brought up, Spyro, and my train of thought went Spyro concept art, blah, blah. Have you guys ever, there's a webpage, Spyro... I don't want that one. There's a... This one on Animation Academy. This website, I've actually looked at this website quite a lot, like studying, especially like initially when I started doing concept art, learning the process of concept art. This is such a cool website. Well, just basically for just this specific reason is that I found this repository of really early Spyro concept art, and it was done by Charles. Who's the one that did it? Charles Zimbillas. Contacted by Ted Price, president of Insomniac Games Incorporated, in 1997 when he started. This is a process. Like, this is the process for concept art. I'm just gonna flip through some of these. And look at how, like, these are just like it's just ideas and shapes coming into the mind. Like really, really early concept art. And I actually really appreciate that they have all of these little sketches. Like, a lot of times I feel like when they present concept art, it's like, here is finished, fully colored, fully rendered concept art. And it's like, but like, how did that idea grow from the early stages? And I feel like there's not a lot of times when you have these types of images shown as far as the creative process of developing a character or developing a scene or developing a look. Like, heck, even when I was starting my drawing, like, I had like a sketch down in my mind, but like the process of getting that sketch down was a little rough. It was like this. It was like busting out the shapes and stuff. Imagine if Spyro looked like this. Like, isn't this cool? See, now we got some like shaded ones. Like, he was starting to nail down more of the body structure and stuff, getting more filled in as far as the character's actual like body structure and stuff goes. Now it's getting into more characterization. You can tell by the face. Some of the older dragons, I guess. And I think it's interesting sometimes because when someone considers art in regards to a creative endeavor, especially when they have like the like finished product and stuff, it's like you wouldn't really like be like, oh, that's just like a doodle. It's like, but yeah, but like that's the start of it. Like, you have to start somewhere, and then you end up with the finished final one. It's like, I feel like a lot of people don't consider that this is still a very real part of the process, and oftentimes a necessary process. You don't just get to the finished concept render. And then, like, so these were the preliminary ones, and then he starts getting into more refined styles and refined shape. And you can kind of see where he's picking and choosing which one. Like, this very much, look at that Spyro. You can tell that's getting there. Here we go. This is getting more spirally. Yeah, he's getting cuter. Getting bubblier. Bubbly-er. And now you have it. Like, that's it. That's Spyro. And you can see... You can see where he's like, alright, this is the one. This is working. This is working right here. He even made like a little note. Almost. Almost. And like even here he's working on like motion with just scribbles. But you can see how it's an important design part of the design process. And this goes for anything, really. Like it goes for art, for music, architecture, you know, it can, like these really early things apply to so much. And it's something that I've learned to kind of more so focus on, because I tend to be guilty sometimes of just jumping to like a okay, this looks good. Or like I'll pick one like, okay, I'm satisfied, that looks fine. But really, like when you're doing a concept, you need the variety. You need like as wide of a net as you can to really get the feeling that you want. And now he's expanded to taking those designs that he did on the more refined Spyros and applying them to the larger dragons, which is so cool. This stuff is just fascinating to me. What the heck is that? Oh no! You know what that looks like? That face looks like the little gobbos from Croc. Look, they're just things. Spyro the Dragon was released in 1988. To promote the launch of the game, Universal Studios produced commemorative boxes of matches that were used in conjunction with the opening of B.B. King's Blues Club at Universal City Walk at Universal Studios Hollywood. Look how cute that is. Charles Zembias, everybody. Zembias? Hope you pronounce that. Charles, everybody. Good artist, everybody. Hooray! Thank you for letting me go down that weird bit of memorability. Yeah, a box of matches. I mean, it makes sense. He's a fire dragon, but like, it's just really funny. All right, let me bring back up my reference here. I'm pretty sure that we're probably not going to be able to finish super hard on this today, because I decided I was going to, you know, pick something super more detailed than we usually go, because we usually do more cartoony stuff. But I appreciate you guys hanging out, watching, chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool and all, shooting some b-ball outside of the school. When a couple of guys, they were up to no good, they started making trouble for my mama in the neighborhood. And then I punched a dude and my mom got scared 'cause I punched that dude. And then I became the star of YouTube Rewind. And then I went, ah, that's hot. And I became a meme for the rest of my life. And that's the legacy of Will Smith. If you guys didn't know, that's how Will Smith died. Doing the things he loved. Except Will Smith didn't die. I don't usually sing to myself when I'm drawing. Killed by his wife. Damn. Damn. Poor Will. Poor Will. I had one of his rap albums where he was like singing about his family. He was like, love your children, love your wife, love your family, 'cause it's important in life. That was what his rap was. Fun story, Will Smith only did Fresh Prince because he really needed to get out of tax debt. How old was Will Smith when he did Fresh Prince? I thought he was young. How many taxes did he freaking accumulate as a 22-year-old? Jesus, dude! He was a young rapper with a lot of money. That's true. But that's what he should have been singing about. He should have been singing about getting out of tax debt. Manage your finances correct. Yo, yo, yo. Manage your finances. Manage your finances. Make sure you fill out that 1080 correctly. Or else you will be like me. In tax debt. In tax debt. Don't make that bet. Get out of tax debt. And love your kids. Love your wife. Remember when he made that inspirational quote where he said his wife's happiness should center around being married? They each find their own happiness and then come together to share the happiness. Well, we know where that led. Do you guys I got an honest question for you, because do you think that Will Smith is a genuinely good person? Like stuff that he's done in his life, do you think that he is genuinely a good person? Because I don't like, I'm not like super like well versed in his like charitable like work and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't believe he's a bad person, and I don't think that he's done. We're talking about Will Smith, famous YouTube Rewind spokesman. Ah, that's hot. Yeah, other than his acting and stuff that he's done with Jaden, Jaden's just weird. Like I feel like you can't infer a lot about Will Smith based on Jaden, just because Jaden himself is weird. My understanding is that he isn't a great dad and basically told his kids that he could only relate to them if they became actors too. Huh. I wonder if that's kind of where the weirdness with Jaden comes into play. What a weird thing. What a weird thing. Really. To like... I understand the idea... Never mind. I don't really understand because I'm not one to really... Like, if I had kids... Like, I don't care what they would do. Like, as long as they're not doing something bad or doing stuff to hurt other people, it's like, you don't have to, like, carry on any sort of legacy that I presume I have. But also, this is coming from someone who doesn't have a legacy, so... Maybe if my legacy was, like, cool, famous guy, draws butts on stream, is the coolest guy in the world, and I'm like, look, kid... If you don't carry on the moniker of cool butt drawer guy, you're no longer my son or daughter. Like, seriously, kid. Get it together. You gotta draw cool butts. Lots and lots of butts to carry on my legacy as cool butt drawer man. And then maybe I would understand, but I don't understand currently the idea of having your kids have to carry on your legacy. Especially in this today's world. Your understanding was that he was very hands-off. Yeah. I guess I could see I could see that too. Yeah. I feel like Will Smith is a very prolific entertainer. Like he does a lot of work and he's very varied and he's talented in those varied sectors of entertainment. But like maybe like that creates a way in which he's not focused on other things like spending time with his kids, I guess, maybe. You could teach him to hate the things you hate. Exactly. Simpsons gets it right again. I guess the reason I ask was because I guess because like I also was thinking about did the guy die? Is that guy dead? The guy who played the uncle on the guy who played the uncle on Fresh Prince. I was curious when. I went down like a research hole for Fresh Prince a little bit, and was just finding like other clips and stuff of Fresh Prince that because I didn't like religiously watch Fresh Prince. I watched it when it was on because it was good. James Avery, yeah. Apparently James Avery is considered to be like a really, really good actor, and I didn't know that. I mean, I only really ever knew his work on Fresh Prince. Apparently, like James Avery, his acting skills are like considered to be some of the best in the business. Like anybody that has worked with was like, dude, James Avery. But like I only ever really ever knew his work on Fresh Prince, so. Shame he never really got beyond sitcom. Did he? I'm assuming that he played in some movies, but yeah. But heck, look, if he was satisfied, if he was happy doing sitcoms and stuff, good on him. Good on him. Oh yeah, he did do the voice of Shredder. Holy crap, you're right. I remember that. I remember that. This boy's got some big eye creases. Look, when you got scales this large, sometimes you'll have a little sty in your eye. Speaking of sitcoms, I also remember. Do you guys remember? How did you guys? Did you guys ever watch? Did you guys ever watch or know about? What was it called? Like 10 Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter, or 8 Simple Rules, 9, the 18, 16, 17, 167 Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter. It came out like what, early 2000s, I think. 8 Simple Rules. Yeah, it was a pretty good show. I liked it a lot. It was where that one girl who went on to play Penny from Big Bang Theory kind of got her big break. Yeah, is that Kaylee? Is that what her name was? Is. I remember I enjoyed watching that show, and I remember the actor who played the dad had like died of cancer or something, but they like played it into the show, and it was kind of like, it was, I feel like it was both cool and weird at the same time. Because I remember, like, there was this episode, like, there was this entire episode where they just, like, find out that he died, and it's, like, the entire show is just them crying. Or the entire episode is just them crying, and it's, like, yeah, it's really emotional, and it sucks that, like, I don't know, I feel like, I think overall it was good because it really, like, it's, yeah, like, I think that it worked well. I think they did a good job. I think that it was probably... I bet you, like, in the writers' rooms, they were just, like... the writers' rooms, I bet you they were just like, what are you doing? Like, there's no way we can do this. And the fact that they did do it and, like, got real... Like, I thought it ended up being good. Like... But it was still weird. Like, it was still weird, but it was good. That's really the only thing I remember about that show. And then it kind of lost a lot of its luster because John Ritter was actually really funny and good on that show. Oh yeah, Kate Siegel. She's Leela. Yeah, man. She's a great voice actress. Was John Ritter on that other show too that was like... I don't know why I wanted to say Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I thought there was another show John Ritter was on. It was like the show's premise was like two brothers, but they were like living together and raising their families in the same house, and the brother like lived in the guest house or something. Three's Company? Three's Company? Is that the one I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of a different show. I guess John Ritter wasn't playing in this one. The one that I'm thinking about. Hang on. Sitcoms from early 2000s. Yeah, that'll narrow it down. Shut up. Shut up. Alright, let me... Yeah, but I don't remember if John Ritter was in it, is what I'm saying. I don't remember if John Ritter was part of the show, but for some reason I remembered the show because I think it came on at a similar time. Alright, let's go through some. Let's go through some 2000 sitcoms. Was it this one? It has everything to do with what I'm drawing. Was the premise of this one? No. This one was just about having a bunch of shitty kids. What else we got? George Lopez. Everybody remember that one? That one! That's the one I'm thinking about. This one. Nothing to do with John Ritter. At all. This one. The one where the brother lives in the guest house. You guys remember this show? Decidedly not John Ritter. Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying that it reminded me of it. I think it came on at the same time on my local television. Or not the same time, but like one right after the other. At least reruns of it anyway. Yeah, it was in the garage. Yeah. Yeah, this show. Who is that? This guy always looks really familiar. Who is that? Jimmy Hughes? Is that the actor's name? There's a Yes Dear wiki! What? Why? Why? Why is there a Yes Dear wiki? Yes Dear, not fandom. Oh my god. Okay, who plays this guy? Who plays Jimmy Hughes? Is Jimmy Hughes played by Jimmy Hughes? Jimmy Hughes throwback actor Mike O'Malley. Why does this guy look so familiar for something else that I'm recognizing? Apparently he is Tom Hanks. Oh, well, I guess he did play on... Oh, okay, he played on My Name is Earl. That's where I remember him from! The New York Policeman 1! From Law and Order! No, that's not. That's not. Could you imagine? You guys ever watch Raising Hope? Raising Hope was good. Raising Hope was a good show. Anyway. Time back to drawing Paul Ritter. Okay, I think we'll do a couple more details here, and then I think we can call it for today. Got more of the major line work done, and then maybe depending on what we do on Tuesday, maybe we can continue with this boy here. This horny boy. I would love to do a talk show in which I only asked actors about some random obscure role they did like 20 years ago. Hey, Mark O'Malley, or Mike O'Malley, whatever the hell his name just was. Do you remember in 1991 when you played a policeman that didn't have any dialogue and was on screen for maybe about 3 seconds? Tell me about your experience. What did you learn? What did you learn from that experience, Mike O'Malley? I would ask Bryan Cranston about his time voice acting Monster of the Week villains in Power Rangers. He did that? I didn't know that at all. That's cool. That's awesome. I didn't know he did that. Fun fact about me, I've never watched Breaking Bad. Fun fact. Yeah, this is coming together pretty dang good. If I do say so myself. I love Malcolm in the Middle was such a good show too. And he played that one scientist in the Godzilla that died in the new Godzilla. Speaking of monster movies, I watched with technical difficulties last weekend. Watched Cloverfield for the first time. I never watched it when it originally came out. We were watching it on Tubi. It's pretty good. I liked it. No, you mean the person the movie should have been about? Yes. What, you didn't like the constant for lack of a better word, J-O-ing of the military man, of being the savior when literally he did nothing? Look, you have to subscribe to the military-industrial complex, or you're un-American. Which is why we brought this Japanese monster to help push that agenda. See? Funnily enough, I think these particular fangs of his are actually more dull than his regular teeth, which makes sense from like a biological standpoint, because probably these would be for crushing. You remember that being a very wet performance for Bryan Cranston. Explain a little bit what you mean by that, Eggtat. Because I think I know what you're talking about, but I need a little bit more to prevent myself from thinking about a different way in which I feel like he was crying constantly in typhoons for okay. that's okay. Now I understand. That has cleared up the other thoughts that I shouldn't have had. Don't be crass. Don't be talking about ass. Don't be talking about Bryan Cranston's ass now. This is a Christian stream. No sinning allowed. No sinning. Understand, guys? You are not allowed to sin on this stream. No curse words like butt and poop are allowed. Only I can say it. Just for example. Trogdor, excuse me. You mean Jesusing right. It is. You mean amen It is. That's what you mean. Excuse me, Cat Cricks. You mean pray. That's what you mean. Excuse me, Darth. You mean... Well, you get away with that because ass is in the Bible, so... You're good, you're cleared. That's not a sin. Saying ass is a sin because ass is in the Bible. Many times. Yeah, Jesus sat upon his ass. Yeah, exactly. Too vulgar! How dare you, Griffin? It's so vulgar. Gosh. Might have to get some Christian hammers out, Zuloth. Don't forget the time Jesus called Judas a motherfucker. I mean, wouldn't you? Nah, I don't like that. I don't like how that's forming down. Too much. Too much. Too busy. Let it be a little bit. Let it cool off just a little bit. Because you don't want to make it not look natural if you get my meaning. See, what we could do is we could show the... For what would you call this? Would you call this cleavage? I would call this cleavage. I absolutely would call this cleavage. Got some cleavage on this horny boy. Teeth cleavage? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, teeth cleavage. You're not a geologist, so only a geologist would know all about cleavage. He's looking spicy. Hell yeah, thank you. I plan on adding a little bit of spice to his breath a little later. I mean, his teeth are basically rocks anyway. At least these teeth, anyway. Oh, Monster Hunter. I always find it a little silly that they had this track in Monster Hunter. Especially since the story in Monster Hunter barely matters. At least to me, anyway. It's like... they're like, duh, 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 duh. There's a new story. Go check it out. What is it, boss? What is the chief? There's a mystery afoot. What is it? There's a giant monster attacking some things. We need to go kill it. Oh, no! Dude, that's never been anything we've ever seen before. Oh, my God! It's like, guys, it's just a stupid monster. Go kill it. That's the story of Monster Hunter. There, I just gave you the story of Monster Hunter. There's a dumb monster, go kill it. I mean, it's a good enough story for me, anyway. You just took the term cleavage applied to teeth. Look. Sometimes you gotta get a little cleavage in your teeth to make it through the day. Whoa, 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 hold on. The plot of Monster Hunter is that I'd hunt a monster. Yeah. Well, the funny thing is that they try to make it like a really like oh, it's so like mysterious and magical every time a new monster pops up, and it's like, okay, guys, but it's just go kill it. That's all you ever do. You don't do anything besides kill it, or possibly several. Yes. Basically, the story of Monster Hunter overall is that we were the monsters all along, the humans. The movie's ruined! Is it bad that I kind of really want to see that movie just because of how dumb it looks? Like, I feel like I haven't seen, like, a stupid, dumb action movie in a while, like, in, like, theaters. That I'm actually just kind of like, oh, this looks cool. I like that they're just like, it's just dumb. Oh yeah, did you see the trailer for the movie? It looks really silly. It does. It looks so bad, but it looks bad enough to be good. You know what I mean? It's kind of like how the Sonic movie, I guess, ended up being. I haven't seen that yet, though. But I've heard from a lot of people that it ended up being good. Good, I guess. That was pretty good, actually. I'm excited about that. The fans took it as a win. I think that's another conspiracy theory for me. We were talking about we're bringing it back full circle because I think that we're wrapping up here. We got some good details on him for now. Let me take off the green so that we can see his outline a little bit better. Yeah, looking pretty spicy, as Cat Crick said. My conspiracy theory for the Sonic movie was that gotta go. All right, Darth, take it easy, man. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me for this long. I usually for our drawing streams we cut it a little shorter, but we were having a blast. I was having a good time chatting with everybody. So go get Go get a follow. Go to Darth Collective's stream and give him a follow. He'll be streaming some Mass Effect 1s pretty soon. Again. He already started he already got like Rex. I mean, you get Rex in the beginning, but like it's actually pretty fast getting him, you know? He's doing a speed run. Maybe. Who knows? It was fun, but it was also a huge ad for the Olive Garden. The movie trailer for Monster Hunter looks just like the Transformers movies. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Oh, you're welcome for some horny boys. I haven't got a new like series lined up that I want to do just yet, so we may be coming back to some more horny boys pretty soon as well. So oh, let me hang on before I finish. Let me go ahead and do a real quick thing for let me also tie in. Here we go. We're gonna tie in the other game that we were playing on Tuesday, Mr. President. We're gonna tie that in real quick, okay? We're gonna tie in Mr. President just real quick. Done. Tied in. I tied it in. Skulls are always my go-to. For quick sketch, skulls are always my go-to. Done. And now we've truly become full circle. The roundest stream on Twitch. I really can't see the sad octopus on the skulls you draw. Well, it depends. It depends on which skulls. Also, I hate David for doing that. I mean, skulls just in general are sad octopuses, so octopi. Art is ruined now because of David. We all just have a sad octopi under our skin. Disclaimer, this is 100% a commentary. A commentary on the game Mr. President. Haha. See how I saved it there? Done. All art now and forever ruined. I didn't want to go through the beginning again because you spent too much time customizing Shepard. It's so much fun customizing Shepard. You know what's even more fun? Customizing your Dark Souls characters. Alright, everybody. That's going to be it for me today. Thank you guys so much for coming out and hanging out with me. Like I said, you guys could be spending your lunch times doing anything else much better than hanging out with me. But you chose to hang out and subject yourself to torment. I'm not complaining. I'm glad that you all survived this week so far. Keep surviving. I love you guys. We grow stronger. Stronger by the minute. Check back on Tuesday. I don't know what I'm going to be doing on Tuesday, so I guess that'll be a surprise. Don't forget, we have a Discord now. I fixed the invite thing, so that way the invite that shows up in chat, or the if I do this with the command, that Discord invite does not go away. It is permanent, and you can go over there, post some art, post some memes. It's just a place, and it's mostly a place, like I said, for my repository of Let's Draw's work, which can also be seen on my YouTube channel as well. If you missed a stream, go over there. I usually, at the end of the video, I'll usually post a funny thing with the art that I do over there. What else? Go check out GoblinCollective.com. Today was awesome. We had a full-on goblin extravaganza in chat today, and it was so good. It was so much fun. You can go check out Griffin's work and go check out Catcrix's work as well, who goes by Calcrix on the Goblin site as well. They both have Instagrams. Give them a follow. They post stuff much more frequently than I do, and it's good work too. They are very talented people, and I am very lucky to be part of the Goblin Collective and have them with me as a group of highly talented artists and crafters, all Houston based. So Calcrix is already taken. Boo! Yeah, but Calcrix is kind of cute, though. Happy goblin noises, indeed. Don't forget, Trogdor is going to be able to get. He's got his internet issues kind of sorted out, so he'll be able to fix. He'll be able to get his stream all booted up again. What else? Yeah, not much else. See you guys on Tuesday, I suppose. I love your faces, as Philip DeFranco would say. Even though I know every single one of what your faces look like, but I love them anyway. I didn't mean for that to be an insult. It just came out as an insult. Let me end there so that way I don't dig myself into a bigger hole with all of my friends and viewers. And I'm pretty sure that this giant thing of coffee is finally getting to me. So there's that. Anyway, I don't know how to stop my streams. I'll see you guys. I love you. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Do all that good junk all the time. Because as I saw in one of these tweets that I saw, the pandemic's not over just because you're over it. And that was the funny song that I saw, that I wanted to share. Once again, thank you for helping me draw John Ritter today. And I will see you on Tuesday for some gaming stream. And don't forget, as always, it is time to relinquish your souls. Your soul.